Today we'll be taking a look at what's going on with Adam Pearce on Raw, Sasha Banks, Jeff Hardy's plan for Willow, and more. Let's start things off with Adam Pearce, Raw, and the Survivor Series build-up. As we've come to expect, not much has really been explained to us, the audience, for when it comes to the drastic changes in Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville's characters. So let's take a brief look back and try to make sense of these big changes. For our on-screen authority figure characters, Adam Pearce first started appearing a while back, just as a representative of WWE management. Clearly, he wasn't a top dog in the management scene, or at least that's how they portrayed him at first. When he first arrived, it seemed like he was more of a messenger, an in-between man that related messages from WWE management to talent. That's how he was portrayed during his first few months. But as time went on, he became more comfortable in the role, and then it started to seem like he was making booking decisions for the show without running to the higher-ups. That's when he basically became the unofficial general manager. That was his role he started to act in. He made matches and superstars came to him with requests, just like they would with any other general manager. Then, Sonya Deville came along, and it was the same sort of progress for her. She seemed to be working under Adam Pearce as an assistant at first, but as time went on, Sonya started bringing up the idea that they were both equals in their positions and that they should make decisions together. That's when it went from Adam Pearce having all the power to it now being 50-50 split with Sonya Deville. But before the problems with the Mysterios and Naomi, Pearce and Sonya were neutral characters. They didn't cater to the babyfaces, but they weren't on the heels side either. They seemed to be fair and call everything down the middle, as an authority figure should. But then, we started to see little signs that Sonya Deville wasn't being fair to Naomi, wasn't giving her a match, or even the smallest opportunities, which wasn't fair and started to turn Sonya Deville heel. She rolled her eyes when she announced Naomi's draft pick to Smackdown, screwed her out of so many matches, removed Naomi's friends from Survivor Series, and so much more. There's just no way to defend Sonya. The character has gone off the rails with the Naomi situation. She's handling it in the most unprofessional way possible, and it's getting to the point of almost bullying towards Naomi. And the entire situation is still going on till this day. Everyone assumes that Naomi and Sonya will probably meet in the ring sometime soon, and a popular theory is that Sonya's authority power could be on the line. A stipulation like that would be great for Naomi's character because she's really been seen as this great hero if she takes the abusive Sonya Deville character out of her role. So maybe that's what the payoff is, but we'll have to wait and see. But over on Raw is Adam Pearce's story. Adam Pearce all of a sudden went from this fair and reasonable authority figure to just another full-blown heel like Sonya. So how did this happen? It seems like the turning point for Adam Pearce was when he was attacked by Brock Lesnar. It would appear that the attack from Brock really woke something in Adam Pearce to be more neutral towards everyone on the roster. Like we saw on Smackdown, he also has bodyguards with him now as well, so he's not taking any more chances of being attacked and is beginning to rule with an iron fist. This led to the Mysterio situation that basically certifies Adam Pearce as a heel. He made a promise to Ray that Dominic would be on Team Raw, but he went back on that promise after he put Dominic in a match against Lashley, with the Survivor Series spot being on the line. Adam Pearce said that Dominic wasn't a former world champion, so he doesn't belong in this match. Remember that line because it'll be important in just a second. The following week, Ray confronts Adam Pearce about Dominic and Bobby Lashley's situation, and Pearce decides to put Ray in a match with Lashley. After Ray loses the match, Adam Pearce removed Ray from the match for Austin Theory. Now remember, Adam Pearce's claim was that the team should be former world champions, and now he inserted Austin Theory, who's not a former world champion, into the match. That's another inconsistent writing, or Adam Pearce is such a heel that he was just lying. The explanation there has to be one of those two options. So now, we have not one, but two heel authority figures that are abusing their powers. So we have an idea of how Sonya can be out of power with Naomi. But what happens with Adam Pearce? Is his heel turn actually leading him down a path that will get the character fired from the role as well? Mr. McMahon, the on-screen character, hasn't been seen on television since summer 2020, so does he make her return to put these two heel authority figures back in line? It looks like Adam and Sonya are getting more and more insane by the week, so they'll have to be checked eventually. The idea of Jeff Hardy bringing his Willow character to SmackDown continues to be a popular idea, and Hardy even continues to hype it up himself. Jeff Hardy had this to say during a recent interview with Metro, quote, "I think there's something special about Willow. I've written down some ideas. I don't know if they really make sense. I've yet to pitch any to anybody creatively in WWE. So I just need to go in and do that, not hesitate. They might shut it down, but it might be cool. I can't help but think how cool it was when I first witnessed the Fiend and the lights shutting down. It was so cool to me. That's kind of my thing too. I was like, man, this is so cool. Now he's not here anymore. I think there's something really cool Willow could do similar to that. It wouldn't be exactly like that, but I've even had ideas like a Jeff Ross character, like I was a painter, a really silly painter, Jeffrey Ross, and then Willow would be my Fiend. But then, that's too much like the Funhouse. But that's what's cool about pro wrestling. Anything's possible, and anything can make sense if it's thought out correctly and really believed in." End quote. So very interesting, but like Jeff said, similar idea to the Firefly Funhouse. It seems like Jeff Hardy doesn't want to fully commit to being Willow. He wants to bounce back and forth between personalities, similar to Bray, similar to several WWE greats. Jeff wants his ordinary personality to be this calm painter-like character, but if Willow is ever needed, he will call upon Willow like if it was his own version of the Fiend. This dark alter ego for Jeff that he treats like a completely different person. Jeff mentioned that he liked the smaller details with the Fiend, like how the lights in the arena all slowly turned off, and other things like that about his presentation. And it seems like what Jeff was alluding to in that interview is that without the Fiend being around anymore, this is probably the ideal time for him to basically introduce his Fiend-like character to WWE. So we'll have to wait on that. Sasha Banks recently appeared on the Kurt Angle show and didn't hold back during the interview at all. Sasha even addressed her true feelings towards Ronda Rousey when Ronda first appeared in WWE. Sasha had this to say, quote, "I can only speak for myself. There might be a little tension. I don't know real heat. I was pissed off that Ronda Rousey could come in, get more money than me, bigger locker room than me, and bring all these people backstage and get more time than me. Besides respecting everything that she has done in the UFC and the fight world, when it comes to the squared circle, that's my home." End quote. And everything Sasha said was true. Ronda came right in. It was labeled as WWE's biggest signing in a long time, and Ronda was just given the key to WWE. And it looks like Sasha wasn't fully on board with that. Of course, everyone is still waiting to see if Ronda Rousey will ever return to WWE down the line. So we'll have to see if these two ever cross paths again. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.